How many of you would recognize the title Also sprach Zarathustra? My God, I had trouble even pronouncing that. Supposing that I told you that it was composed by Richard Strauss in 1896 when he was 32 years old. Half the people who started this video, I guarantee you, are already ready to bail. This sounds like something that nobody who is not a total nerd would be interested in. Now let's listen to a bit of the music. Was that a surprise? How many of you would have guessed that this strange piece of music written more than a century ago is the most famous theme from 1968's 2001 A Space Odyssey? So, is this popular music? Or is it movie music? Or is it classical music? Or is it really something that needs a better word? So now we come to my question for this video. What in heaven's name does the term classical music mean? Does it really have any meaning at all? I'm proposing that we replace the word classical with the word timeless. My reasoning is this. Most of the world's music that falls under the general description of classical is about music that was extremely popular when it was written and has remained extremely popular ever since. But I think the word timeless is better because when we start examining various pieces of so-called classical music, the word timeless is the only thing that links all of this music together. Let's start off with Beethoven. His Fifth Symphony was written in 1808 when he was only 32 years old. This symphony was immediately popular and has remained popular for over 200 years, so it is very definitely timeless. How about Carmen by Georges Bizet? He wrote it in 1875 when he was 37 years old. It became one of the most popular musical compositions ever written, and it remains so to this very moment. For sure, it is timeless. In 1878, Antonin Dvorak wrote his Slavonic dances at the age of 43. There is absolutely nothing stuffy or formal or classical about this music. It was popular music when it was written, and it remains popular to this very moment, so it is again timeless. Gustav Holst wrote The Planets at the age of 43. It's all based on astrology, and Mars is one of the most popular pieces of music ever written by anyone. You've all heard it. John Williams based a lot of his Star Wars movie music on the planets. So there you have it. There are only two things that all of these pieces of music have in common. They were incredibly popular when they were first written, and they remain popular right now. All of them are over 100 years old, so we can safely say they are all timeless. Now comes the rabbit hole. What do we do with music that is less than 100 years old? Why can't we also consider it classical music? Isn't the best solution to throw out the word classical and replace it with timeless if we think music is going to remain popular for a very long time? In 1924, George Gershwin wrote A Rhapsody in Blue at the age of 26. It was very modern at the time, and even today, most people probably say that it is jazz. It is not yet 100 years old, but it will be next year, so certainly it is timeless. In 1957, Leonard Bernstein wrote The West Side Story, and it's now 66 years old. It was immediately popular and remains just as popular today. We got a movie in 1961, then we got another one in 2021. Talk about timeless. In 1965, Barbra Streisand appeared in a TV special called My Name is Barbara. A year later, a recording was made with the same name. So this music is now almost 60 years old. Is it timeless? I think so. In 1969, the Beatles released Abbey Road. It was their 11th studio album, and it is now 54 years old, so there is little doubt that it is going to be timeless. In 1977, the first Star Wars movie appeared. John Williams has won so many awards that it is hard to count them all. The movie is not yet 50 years old, but next year it will be 47 years old. It is very likely that 100 years from now, people are still going to be listening to this music, and it is very obviously timeless. And there you have it. When average people without formal musical knowledge talk about classical music, they really mean music that is epic. The music is as important right now as when the music was written, and that's why this is timeless music. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, leave me comments about anything you like, comments about anything you'd like to see in the future, and remember that I consider all suggestions.